Good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, a little update on what's going on the Will Fix It team. Tomorrow, it's going to be a fun day. I'm going to bring out a lot of content probably tomorrow evening or the day after. I'm going to, we have a cruising we go to once a month. And been driving my T-Bucket around, but, always room for improvement. And so today, I'm just going to give you an idea of what's been going on. Been needing both my hands, so it's hard to video and do this at the same time. So I'm just going to give you a little rundown. Let's flip the camera over right quick, guys. Okay, so as you can see here, we got this thing on the jack stands, and basically cleaning up some wiring that's been done to it over the time, and just things that I want to get right on it. And I added in some extra tubing on this frame right here. That was pretty involved. I had to move. I had to take the alternator had to come off, the starter had to come off of it, and in the meantime, I was just never really happy with some of the wiring that you do whenever you're putting stuff together. You kind of get in a hurry. And I've been driving this thing for a while and said, you know what? I want to get this thing kind of more like I want it. And I've got to get the other side. I'm going to strengthen this other side up just a little bit. But it's fine right now. It's a whole lot better than what it is. That side over there is where the motor pushes down when you throttle this thing. And there was a little bit of frame flex, guys. I've never had any trouble with these headers. I put copper gaskets on them and tightened the bolts down after I ran it for a while and got them real cinched down. Believe it or not, dude, I've never had any trouble with these long tube headers. But a little look underneath what's going on here. And like I say, I'm just a have fun fabricator guy. Gathered up a bunch of parts and put this thing together out of nothing. That's a Volkswagen front end. And you can see I've added in this tubing underneath here on this square tubing that was here. That should really tighten this frame up a little bit. And of course I had to move, like I say, all kind of stuff. The transmission oil cooler lines had to be moved, and I accidentally grounded on my rubber part, so you can see I've got to replace that rubber section. Reran all the wiring going to the alternator that goes here. It's got a Ford alternator on it, and I just redone how I did the ground, and the starter had to come off so I could get in there and weld. And I'm just really just tying all these wires up to there's the regulator for the Ford alternator, and I've got this ready to go into the pigtail. And here's your solenoid for the starter underneath here. The really cool thing about it is the little mini 4-link, and I made the 4-link out of just some that's actually jack handle. Some of that's jack from old floor jack. And if any of you guys can recognize any of this small knuckle, this is actually a little Ford Bronco rear end is what that is, with the little small flange right there, a little mini joint. That was what that come out of. And excuse the redneckification. Dude, when I stuck this thing together, I was just joking around, messing around with stuff. So it's a little C6 transmission. You Ford guys say, good gracious, C6 in that little thing. It's what I had laying around, man. That's what this thing got built out of. It. You want to talk about true rat rod? This was it. And I did round up some parts. We got a front sump pan. It drives really good, but there was just a few things I want to do. And I'm going to gust at this. Now, please forgive me right there. I was just hooking everything up, and it worked. And so we left it alone, and millions of projects in between. Well, we'll get all this right. And so basically there's a rundown of the underneath carriage. And you can see the little coilovers and all. And here's what the interior is real nice. I'm digging that. And you see I my feet are always dirty, so to keep from getting my carpet messed up, I didn't want to put grease there. I got some boards down, cardboard down to keep my dirty feet from messing everything up. This thing's a lot of fun, and it runs really strong, and it was just real, like I say, guys, was just something to do with a bunch of parts laying around. 289 Ford motor, and a Volkswagen front end, and I'm just tightening up the framework. So let me flip around. All right, so thank you guys for tuning in. I'm scruffy today because I ain't shaved all weekend because I've been just up here working on this. But tomorrow is the big car show. We do it once a month. And so hopefully, I can get some good content, some good footage. Really cool cars will be up there. And these are some good friends of mine. So you're getting to see kind of the people on the inside of what goes on behind the Will Fix It team. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful, what's left of the weekend, and a good week ahead. Bye-bye.